I have a few words around our mission and vision in terms of the PLM program. For this mission and vision is, of course, that we want to have a system where we have one single point of truth. We have, as many of you most likely also have, very fragmented systems. We have an Office platform, we have Excel, we have Word, and we have a lot of different views on what's the truth within Echo. And we want to align that and bring that into one system, so we are looking at the same figures, the same numbers, and the right versions. So it's also down to deliver these high quality end products within reliable time to market. So what we actually commit to deliver, we also apply to our customers. Some of our motivation and objectives is that we of course need to be able to manage our product lifecycle development within a global setup. And we are constantly striving for simplicity and trying to apply what we call standard process. And then of course we want a system, an agile and flexible system that can adapt to business needs. And I think that's very crucial in the Echo world, because we are very good at rapidly changing the way we work, bringing new concepts into play. So we need the system to be extremely configurable, agile, customable. So those are some of the keywords in terms of our PLM platform. Some of our selection criteria, and I have not intendedly, I have not brought all the slides, because we have also been through a vendor selection, of course, as most of the other ones, RFQ, RFI process, etc. But I just wanted to highlight some of the things that made us do the choice and go in the ARAS direction. And of course it's back to this customizable, configurable, the scalability of the system. And when we did the exercise, it was also, of course, down to the total cost of ownership in terms of the license modeling, but also in terms of this lower implementation cost if adhering to out-of-the-box functionality. And when we did this exercise, we actually saw a quite good match between what ARAS had to offer out of the box and the direction Echo wanted to go. And then, of course, the platform and integration, we need web functionality. We, of course, also need to integrate into our 2D and 3D platforms. And then, of course, we also needed some mobility capabilities, because it's quite important, this global company, that when we are on the road, are able to access information, to approve information when a product go through different stages of the life cycle. So to access all information when on the road, on mobile.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'll hand it over to you, Leif.
Yes, let's now take a look on some of the benefits we want to achieve with our approach. Starting there from 2. So also as been elaborated yesterday, there's a lot of challenges throughout the globe in companies having very much isolated data in different sources, spreadsheets, shared drives, wherever. Where I'm focusing in this example mainly on one aspect in the PLM, that's the PLM planning. In this context, that means our shoe development, also to improve from an isolated scenario situation we are in and we have been, to a more integrated, where the data as such is accessible across the whole globe, time independent, and leading also to be able, as the data as such is available, to getting from a more sequential situation to an iterative situation according. And as we have today very much static plans during the shoe development, so we need to wait until something is built and then first the next thing can start. We very much, especially to the business change and the rapid need for business to change and adaptability of the system to become much more dynamic, as stated in this slide. And in the same context, coming from a more reactive situation to a much more proactive situation. Stated that our plans and actions can also take future developments, changes in the markets very rapidly into consideration, stopping some shoe developments instead of, and then doing something really new according to the market changes on our customer needs, demands, and behavior. And finally also, as it has been stated yesterday, to become from a manual, subjective solution, very much gut feeling and very much based on individual expertise, personal aspects, to get to a system-supported decision-making platform to make the right decisions to enable us in the future to become the best brand for leather and goods. This is also one of the aspects we will aim for and want to achieve. The next is shortly to depict an integration, as it also been said yesterday, how much PLM, in this context, ARIS PLM, is linked into the depicted processes, starting with the strategic targets and associated processes to become premium brand, as said, for leather and shoe goods. So these are some of the highlights and interlinked processes which are tightly linked to our PLM as located on ARIS Innovate.